What's going on, guys? SmallGuard here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be giving you guys all the best SIGs in Season 3 of NBA 2K26. Now I'm going to be giving you guys the best SIGs not only for small point guards, but for every type of build in NBA 2K26. So make sure you guys go ahead and watch right until the end of the video. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but at the beginning of my video, I do show a ton of different clips, and I've learned a bunch of different new moves. So if you guys want an updated combo or even dribble tug, let's go ahead and get 2,000 likes on the video. If you're new, go ahead and hit that sub button, hit that like button, and turn on post notifications. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let's get right into it. Now getting into the best SIGs in NBA 2K26 Season 3. Starting off with all my small point guards. For your dribble style, you always want to choose Ja Morant. Ja Morant's dribble style is only going to require an 85 speed with ball. And if you're a small point guard, there is no reason you should have below an 86 speed with ball. Now moving on to our signature size up. One I'm going to be using right now is Stephen Curry. The reason why I think Stephen Curry's signature size up is going to be the best is because when using Stephen Curry's signature size up, you're going to be able to activate his regular breakdown combo from NBA 2K25 by simply flicking up on the right stick 2 times. And that can be a great move to go in and use in your combos. But another great signature size up that you can go in and use is going to be Mike Conley. Mike Conley's signature size up came out in Season 2, and it's going to be a great signature size up as well because you're going to get a double in between the legs move that you can do and go ahead and add into your combos whenever you want. And in my opinion, there's not going to be any better signature size ups in the game. Now moving on over here to our breakdown combos. As you guys may know, in Season 1 and even at the beginning of Season 2, my favorite breakdown combo used to be Jordan Poole because I felt like comboing was a lot better when using Jordan Poole. We're able to use Jordan Poole into that Curry signature size up, and it felt great doing a Jordan Poole into a go-to shot. But that is not going to be the best breakdown combo in the game anymore. The best breakdown combo in the game is going to be Devin Booker. In NBA 2K25 as well, it was a great breakdown combo too, but I never really liked it because you never could combo with it. But this year in NBA 2K26, you can do anything with it. You can spam your Devin Booker combo. You can use it to even crab somebody as well, and you can do great moves out of it like your hop jumper and even your go-to shot. So if you're a small point guard, I would recommend using Devin Booker's breakdown. And another great breakdown combo that you can go ahead and try out if you don't like Devin Booker or even Jordan Poole is Stephon Marbury. When using Stephon Marbury's breakdown combo, it's going to be more for standstill combo. So if you do like to go and standstill dribble, I would go and try it out. Now coming down here to our escape moves. The best escape in the entire game for small point guards is going to be Kemba Walker. With Kemba Walker's escape, it's going to be great for L2 cancel, and it's also going to be great for comboing as well. And it's not going to require a high ball handle at all. All you're going to need is an 89 ball handle in order to unlock Kemba Walker's escape. And every small point guard should have around that 89 ball handle. But if you go ahead and try out Kemba Walker's escape and you don't like, you can go ahead and use Trae Young, which is going to be another great escape just like Kemba Walker. It's going to have the same type of animations and everything, just Kemba Walker is going to be a little bit faster. You can use Kyrie Irving's escape as well, which is going to be a very underrated escape. When doing Kyrie Irving's escape, it's going to actually launch you forward in a very fast and glitchy zigzag motion. And Kyrie Irving's escape is going to be used more by ISO players. We have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's escape as well, which is going to be a very weird escape to go in and use because it's not going to be activated like a regular escape. But once you go in and get it down, it's going to create a ton of space. And finally, you can go in and use Paul George or Jimmy Butler's escape. And these two escapes are going to be great if you have a low ball handle on your small point guard, or if you just don't like any of the other escapes. Now next up, moving on over here to our combo moves. My favorite combo move in the game is still going to be LeBron James because whenever I'm comboing, you can go in and do a behind the back going backwards, and it's going to be really nice to go in and chain moves together with. But two other great combo moves is going to be Pro and Jordan Poole. With Pro combo moves, it's been one of the best since NBA 2K25, and it's going to be great again in NBA 2K26 with a lot of the combos that you're able to do out of it. And finally, with Jordan Poole's combo move. Jordan Poole's combo move actually just came out in Season 2, and it's going to be more for ISO steezo dribbles. So if you do like to go in and dribble in that way, go ahead and use Jordan Poole's combo move. Now next, moving on to our crossovers. The best one in the game to me is still going to be Lonzo Ball because when I'm using Lonzo Ball's crossover, it's going to be great for comboing and getting wide open. Now, although to me Lonzo Ball is going to be the best crossover in the game, De'Aaron Fox is going to be a really good one as well, but you need to be starter forward. And when using De'Aaron Fox's crossover, it's not going to be bad for comboing at all, but it's going to be a lot better than Lonzo Ball for getting wide open as you're not going to get ripped as much. So if you already hit starter forward, you can go ahead and try that out as well. We're going to have a brand new crossover as well in Season 3 in LaMelo Ball's crossover. Now I have seen people using LaMelo Ball's crossover, and a lot of people are saying it barely even gets ripped, but I would only recommend using LaMelo Ball's crossover if you are an ISO player. If you're playing with screens when using LaMelo Ball's crossover, it may not create a ton of space, and you may be activating your crossover right into your defense. But like I said, if you are an ISO player, you can go and try this out as well. And finally, another great crossover that you can use as well is going to be Devin Booker. Devin Booker's crossover has been a great crossover since NBA 2K25, and it's also going to be great for ISOing as well. So go ahead and make sure you try any of these out. Now moving on to our behind the back, the one I'm still going to be using is Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry is going to have a great regular behind the back, moving behind the back, and even explosive behind the back as well. And it's going to be the best one for getting wide open. But some other great behind the back backs that you can go in and use if you don't get Stephen Curry at a 92 ball handle. It's going to be Trae Young, which does require a 92 ball handle as well. But Trae Young's behind the back is going to have a great explosive behind the back, and it's going to be by far the best one in the game for combo. You can also go ahead and use Kobe White, which is going to be another great behind the back, especially if you have a low ball hand. Zach LaVine, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Paul George. DeMar DeRozan's behind the back, which is going to be another very underrated behind the back, and Jimmy Butler. Now, right here coming over to my spin, I'm going to be using Stephen Curry. I used to always go in and use Steve Nash, but Stephen Curry and Steve Nash are going to be easily the best ones. Now, moving on to our hesitation. If you guys don't know already in NBA 2K26, depending on what hesitation you're actually using, it's going to affect your momentum when dribbling. And to me, when I'm dribbling and doing my momentum spin, in my opinion, Scottie Pippen's hesitation is going to be the best. But if you try out Scottie Pippen's hesitation and you don't like it, you can go and use Kobe White, Paul George, DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Butler, and Devin Booker. And finally, coming down here to our step back. The best step back in the game is going to be Devin Booker by far. It's going to be great for everything, L2 canceling, comboing, and even getting wide open. And the second best step back here is going to be Vince Carter. Vince Carter's step back in NBA 2K26 was actually in previous 2Ks as well. And this is going to be another great step back for L2 canceling, getting wide open, and comboing up as well. But if you can't get Vince Carter or Devin Booker's step back, you can go and use Trae Young, Kyrie Irving. And as you can see with Kyrie Irving's step back, it's going to be Zach LaVine's step back from NBA 2K25, Jimmy Butler, Jalen Brunson, and Pro step back as well. Now moving on to the best sigs for all my tall point guards. Right here with our dribble style, we're going to be using Zach LaVine. And Zach LaVine's dribble style is going to be like John Morant, but for taller point guards. And all you're going to need is a 75 speed with ball. But if you can't get Zach LaVine's dribble style or you don't like it, you can go ahead and try out DeJounte Murray and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now right here, moving on to our signature size. The one I like to use in my tall point guard is going to be Mike Conley. Like I said when breaking down my small guard sigs, Mike Conley's signature size up is going to give you a great in between the legs move that you can use in your combos. And using it on a tall point guard is going to be very important. But if you don't like Mike Conley's signature size up, you can go ahead and use Jalen Green. And Jalen Green's signature size up is also going to give you a great move that you can use in your combos. Or you can go ahead and use Tracy McGrady, as that was the one I used all the time before I switched over to Mike Conley. Now moving on over here to our breakdown combo. As I said when breaking down all my small guard sigs, Devin Booker's breakdown combo is going to be by far the best one, because all the glitchy moves you see me doing on my small point guard. With the Devin Booker breakdown combo, like me spamming it back and forth, or me even doing a hop jumper or a go-to shot right out of it, you can do everything I was doing as well, but on a tall point guard. And Devin Booker's breakdown combo is only going to require an 85 ball handle. So if you don't have an 85 ball handle or you don't like Devin Booker's breakdown combo, you can go ahead and use Jordan Poole, which is going to be another great breakdown combo. It's going to give you a double in between the legs move that you can use in your combo. Stephon Marbury, which is going to be great for all my standstill dribblings. And another great breakdown combo that you only get when playing on a tall point guard is going to be Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's breakdown combo is going to be just like Stephon Marbury. It's going to be great for standstill combo. So make sure you go ahead and try any of these out. Now moving on over here to my escape moves. When I was breaking down all my small point guard sigs, I gave you guys a ton of different escapes that you can use. But when you're playing on a tall point guard, there's only going to be 4 good ones. The one I like to go in and use is Paul George. And in my opinion, for a tall point guard, Paul George is going to be the best one by far. It's going to be amazing for L2 cancel and great for comboing out of as well. And all you're going to need is a 75 ball hand. But if you go ahead and put on Paul George and you don't like it, the second best one here, or even what people like to say is the best one in the game along with Paul George's escape, is going to be Jimmy Butler. This is going to be a very, very easy and user-friendly escape to go in and use. And using Jimmy Butler's escape correctly, almost anybody can get wide open. And 2 other great escapes as well that may take a lot more skill to go in and use is going to be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jason Tatum. Now moving on to my combo moves. Even on a tall point guard, I'm still going to be using LeBron James's combo move. That behind the back that you can get going backwards is going to be one of my favorite moves in the game, and just a great move to go in and add in your combos. But if you don't like LeBron's combo moves, you can go and use Jordan Poole or Pro. Once again, Pro combo moves has been one of the best combo moves in the game since NBA 2K24. And when using Jordan Poole's combo move, it's going to be great for ISO steezo dribbles. Now moving on to my crossover. Right here, when using a tall point guard, I still think that Lonzo Ball's crossover is going to be the best, because you want to be as quick as possible when using a tall point guard. And when using Lonzo Ball's crossover, you can be a lot quicker when coming up the court or even trying to get by your defender. And another great crossover you can use as well is going to be Devin Booker. Now right here, moving on to our behind the back. The behind the back I'm going to be using still is going to be Kobe White. Now when using Kobe White's behind the back, it's going to be the easiest behind the back to use on a tall point guard. Doing one regular behind the back is going to create you a ton of space. And Kobe White also has a great explosive behind the back as well. The only thing when using Kobe White's behind the back, if you don't use it correctly, you may get ripped a ton. So make sure you're very precise when dribbling with Kobe White's behind the back. And if you don't like Kobe White's behind the back or can't get it, you can go on and use Andrew Wiggins. And when using Andrew Wiggins behind the back, it may look like a very simple behind the back, but it's going to be great to use when L2 cancels. You can go on and use Scottie Pippen. And when using Scottie Pippen's behind the back, this is going to be the same Scottie Pippen behind the back from back in the day. And it's going to be a great behind the back for getting right to the rim, as it gives you a big boost animation right towards the rim. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is behind the back, which is going to be like Stephen Curry's behind the back, but for taller point guards. And it's also going to have a great explosive behind the back too. Paul George, DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Butler, and Kobe Bryant's behind the back. Now when you're using Kobe Bryant's behind the back, it's going to be just like Andrew Wiggins Wiggins behind the back, and even DeMar DeRozan. It's just going to be a great standstill behind the back. But one thing you're going to need to remember in order to get Kobe Bryant's behind the back is that you're going to need an 88 ball hand. But besides that, go ahead and try out everything else. Now, right here coming down to my spin. The best spin to go ahead and use on a tall point guard is going to be Steve Nash. Steve Nash is going to be a very good spin for small point guards. And the fact that you can even go ahead and get it on a tall point guard, you have to use it. Now, moving on to my hesitation. I do use the same hesitation on my small and tall point guard in Scottie Pippen's hesitation, because whatever hesitation you put on, it's going to factor in how good your momentum is. And I feel like Scottie Pippen's hesitation is going to give you the best momentum, and it's only going to require a 70 ball hand. But if you go ahead and put on Scottie Pippen's hesitation and you don't like, you can go ahead and use Kobe White, Rajon Rondo, Paul George, Kevin Durant, DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Butler, and Devin Booker's hesitation. And finally, moving over here to my step back. The two best step backs in the game for small and even tall point guards is going to be Devin Booker and Vince Carter. When using Devin Booker and Vince Carter's step back, it's going to be great for comboing L2 canceling and getting wide open off of doing a simple step back. But if you don't like Devin Booker or Vince Carter's step back, you can go ahead and use James Harden. And James Harden's step back is going to be another very underrated step because there's going to be a hidden move that you can use in there. It's going to allow you to go left and right very fast, almost like a fake L2 cancel. Luka Doncic, Jimmy Butler, and pro step back. Now moving on over here to my motion style for my small and tall point guards. On my small point guard, I like to go and use Donovan Mitchell. And whenever I'm playing on my tall point guard, I like to go and use Jalen Suggs. Now right here, moving on to the best hop jumpers in the game for my tall and small point guards. If you guys don't know already, you can go ahead and use your hop jumpers in your combos. And right now, the hop jumper I'm going to be using is Zach LaVine. This is by far and away going to be the best hop jumper in the game for tall and small point guards. But if you do go ahead and try out Zach LaVine's hop jumper, and if you don't like it, you can go ahead and use Klay Thompson, Dylan Brooks, and normal too. And that's going to be for all my tall point guards. And if you're on a small point guard and you don't like Zach LaVine's hop jumper, you can go ahead and use Stephen Curry or normal too as well. Now right here with some of the best go-to shots in NBA 2K26. Just like when using hop jumpers, you can actually add in your go-to shot in your combos. And right here, these are going to be all the best go-to shots in the game. The one I'm going to be using right now that you can use on tall and small point guards is going to be Jalen Suggs. This is going to be a great go-to shot to go in and use in your combos on any build. And if you're playing on a small point guard and you don't like Jalen Suggs' go-to shot, you can go in and use Stephen Curry and John Morant as well.